All right, so it seems that most of you are here already. So let's now continue our discussion from last meeting. Right, so can you guys can see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right, so this is where we've stopped last meeting, the laboratory number 5. And then here's the next one, okay? So how are IoT devices connected to the network? So actually, we only have three main uh, components, okay? So we have the controller, the sensors, and then the actuators. So to make it simple, the sensors and actuators work together, okay? They are the one responsible for getting or uh, accumulating or receiving a data, okay? And then it will be passed on to our controller, and then it is now up to the program of the controller on what are the things that it will do, okay? So as you can see, the controller and then the sensors and then the actuators is inside of the fog computing, okay? So again, fog computing is like edge computing wherein it will be sent to the local server for, let's say, quick decision making. Or if you have, say, a complicated data that you have gathered, so you may send that to the cloud for the or for much more in-depth computation. Okay, so just some basic definitions. So again, sensors are often work together with a device called an actuator. Okay, so this one or these actuators receive electrical input and transform the input into physical action. So as an example, if a sensor detects excess heat in a room, the sensor sends the temperature reading to the microcontroller. Okay. So the microcontroller can send the data to an actuator, which would then turn on the air conditioner. Okay, so that is just one example on how the sensor and then the actuator and then how the controller works with each other. Okay, so this one is just another example. Okay, so next one is exploring a smart home. So as you can see right here, we have here the application of a packet tracer, okay, which also came from Cisco or NetAcad. And then here's the definition on how to create this one, okay? So I will leave the reading part onto you guys. And then until this part, so yung iba naman dyan, yung specification, physical configuration, so more on introduction on the parts of the packet tracer. Okay? Pero mas maganda pa rin habang binabasa nyo to, I highly suggest while you guys are reading this one, let's say from the start up to the end, gawin nyo na rin. So, saan ba tong end devices na to? Nasaan ba tong end selection boxes na to? Nasaan ba tong mga home or mga smart devices natin? Okay? So, we have here the main category. And then below that, we have subcategory. So, marami pa yan. And then, ito na yung para pinaka-component of those subcategory. Okay? And then, this is where you put those components. Okay? So, skip ko lang to. Iiwanan ko na to sa inyo. And then after that, you're going to have a short quiz. Okay, so another short quiz for the advantage and disadvantages of IoT. So you may check the canvas for this one. I think na-publish ko na to, hindi ako nagkakamali. Nasama ko yata to sa na-publish ko. Anyway, you can just
Meron na,
check
sir.
the canvas for this one. Yes?
Meron na, sir, yung
Ito?
advantages and disadvantages. Yes, sir.
Nasama
Naka-check
ko
ko.
na. Sige, sa bagay, okay lang kahit nasama ko na to kasi in your own opinion pa rin naman natin. Okay, so after that, you're going or we're going to have your lab 6. Okay, so we have here the instruction and then the PKD. Okay, so pag inopen nyo to, ang magpapakita kaagad is ganito na. Okay, so pag na-open na yan, meron pang ibang instruction na mga babaguhin kayo for the configuration. Okay, so as an initial output, okay, ito yung matatapos yung result. Okay. So, kung papansin niyo dito, wala pa dito. Actually, meron na yung lawn sprinkler, pero wala pa yung isa. Ito, wala pa yung wind detector. Okay, so kung natapos niyo yung lab number 6, laboratory number 6, ganito yung pinaka-output na makikita ko. And then, dinagdagan ko lang. Okay? So, may additional requirements. After nyo matapos to, add 3 other types of IoT devices to the smart home wireless network. So, kapag sinabi kong 3 other types of IoT devices, so anything or any component that you can connect to the home gateway, wherein pwede rin dapat siyang ma-access ng, pwede dapat siyang ma-access ng tablet. Okay, kung papansinin nyo may tablet dito. So malalaman nyo mamaya kung sakaling gagawin nyo na to or bukas kung ano yung mga pwedeng ma-access ng tablet. Like for example, yung tablet na-access ko yung door. So pwede ko siyang i-open or i-close. So makikita nyo rin yung simple animation. Simple animation lang naman. And then pwede ko rin controlin yung garage door wherein I can open and close at one. I can turn on or off my coffee maker. Pwede kong iset sa tatlong light tong smart lamp ko, dimmer, and then lighter, para maganon. Ganun yung mga options niya. Ano pa ba? Yung mga pwede mo makontrol. And then yung fan, ay pwede mo rin kontrolin. And then yung lawn sprinkler, and so on and so forth. Okay? So, magdagdag lang kayo ng another 3. Okay? So you can choose any of the available components in the packet tracer. Okay? So, ito yung i-check ko. Kasi for sure, magagawa nyo to kasi nandun yung step by step. Kaya nandito sa instruction yung step by step kung paano gawin to at kung paano paganahin. Okay? So, yun lang naman for the laboratory number 6. Next one is the laboratory number 7. So, in this activity, you will add a home gateway. Okay? So, similar lang din siya dito. Okay? We have here your, DL100 home gateway. So, meron din siyang ganito, pero mag-i-start ka from the scratch. Okay? So, ang meron lang is tatlo actually. So, itong cluster, cable modem, and then home gateway. So, kung ito, given na yung iba, sa laboratory number 7, kayo maglalagay mismo ng mga ibang component. Okay? So, nandito rin yung instruction, and then nandito na yung, yun, yung tatlong component na initially meron na. Okay? So, yan. Actually, meron, ito yung expected output ng laboratory number 7 nyo. So, meron lang tatlo. Okay, tatlong given kapag inopen nyo tong PKT. And then, magdadagdag lang kayo ng another 3 ulit. Okay, which is a fan, and then a light, smart lamp, and then a smart door. Okay, so wala nang additional requirements dito sa laboratory number 7. So, gawin nyo lang kung ano yung nandun sa instruction. Ang i-check ko naman dito is yung configuration. Okay, configuration ng fan, configuration ng light, configuration ng door. Kung na-access ba siya ng tablet. Okay. So, next one is the future of networks. So, parang summary na lang to. So, networks are now connecting billions of sensors. Okay. So, through software, the data from these sensors can cause changes to physical environments without human intervention. Okay, so ito yung pinaka-main point kung bakit meron tayong sensor. Para hindi na tayo yung tumingin, hindi na tayo mag-observe, hindi na tayo mag-detect. Yung sensor na mismo, okay? And then, depende na kung ano yung makukuha nating data, and then yung computer na rin yung mag-judge, mag-quick decision making kung ano man yung gagawin niya sa nakuha niyang data. Okay? So, as was mentioned previously, all digital devices work based on computer programs and supply data. Okay? So, ito yung pinaka-purpose actually ng IoT kung bakit meron tayong mga sensors is yung artificial intelligence. So, this one implies that these devices are able to think on their own. Like, for example, kunyari, parang na rin sila nag-iisip kasi pagpadating yung tao, ay na-detect niya may tao doon, mag-open yung door. Okay? Pag na-detect niya mainit, i-open niya na yung air conditioner. So, if program appropriately. So ito lang naman yung pinaka-main requirements talaga ng mga AI or ng mga sensors natin. Okay? Kailangan nilang ma-program para sa field or para sa situation na yan. Okay? Smart devices are able to evaluate data that is provided to them and modify processes or settings immediately. Okay, so agad-agad. So good thing meron na tayong 6G paparating na. Actually, 5G for now is planned enough para sa mga ganitong technology. Pero sa 6G hindi natin alam, baka may mas maganda pang technology na magawa. Hindi lang mga sensors, hindi lang mga live feeds. Baka pwede mo nang kontrolin yung sarili mo. Okay, gamit lang or kontrolin yung robot gamit lang with the blink ang panay. Okay, so sobrang bilis na. And then malalaman niya na yung ganito, ganyan, may sakit ka pala, tapos ganyan. So, hindi natin alam. Maraming possibilities na pwede mangyari. Okay? So, hindi ko rin alam. Hinuhulaan ko lang actually yung mga hindi pa nangyayari ngayon na pwedeng mangyari sa future. So, if they are provided with sufficient data, they can learn and modify their own code based on the new parameters. Okay? So, what comes next? We know that software can be written to let data modify parameters within code for changing temperature setting in your home or the speed with which your teenager can drive the family car. So why could we not provide software with rules, guidelines, or intent so that could modify the network, infrastructure networks, or security features within a network? So lahat ng yan, itong mga nabanggit ko kanina, itong mga rules, mga guidelines, intent, blah, 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 actually possible na to. Okay? Ginagawa pa nga lang ngayon. So we call that one intent-based networking. Okay. So what is intent-based networking? So we have here some few examples. So the business may define that a contract employee is given access to only a specific set of data and applications. So this is the intent. So in reality, ito yung intent. Okay. In an intent-based networking system or IBN, all the network devices will be automatically configured to fulfill this requirement across the network. So no matter where the employee is connected, VLAN, mapa-VLAN man, subnet, ECL, and all other details will be automatically defined and configured following best practices. So actually itong intent-based networking na to is like a standard in everything. Na wala na tayong mga random configurations sa mga, let's say, sa sensor na ito, dapat ito lang. Para maiwasan yung complication. Kasi kapag wala tayong standard, ang mangyayari niyan is risky. Like for example, ito is safe na for carless or ano man tawag dito? Yung automatic driver. So wala nang driver. So meron ng algorithm gumagana na, may program na para dyan. And then yung ibang company gumawa na naman, okay, ng another program. Which is, let's say, pwedeng mas maganda, pwedeng mas pangit. Yun nga lang, ang risky doon is, yun, wala tayong standard. So pwedeng iba yung way of thinking ng program na to or ng technology na to sa technology na to, which is the same lang naman sila dapat ng purpose. So ang intent na ito or ang idea ng intent-based networking is lahat-lahat ng configurations will be set to best practices. Okay, actually, hindi naman sa parang dapat magkakaiba or hindi naman dapat talagang ganon. Ang point lang nito is magkakaparehas in the best way. Okay, na kung may bagong feature itong program na to or itong company na to, dapat i-share nila dito para magkaroon tayo ng standard or ng singularity. So the intent has to be defined once in a central management. Yan. So one central management console na lang sila, and then the network will continuously assure it even if there are changes in the network. Okay. So as a summary, the world is quickly being covered. Nga pala, bago pala sa summary, yung in-upload ko na module, which is this one, may nabago lang. Okay. May nadagdag. Itong expected output at saka tong initial expected output din dito sa laboratory number 6. And then, ito rin, dinagdag ko to, additional requirements. Okay. So, i-re-upload ko na lang ito mamaya sa Facebook group natin or sa page natin para yun, para updated din yung nandyan sa inyo. Kasi kung yung old yung download nyo, hindi nakasama to. Okay, so dapat isama nyo to. Okay, okay, let's go now to the summary. So the world is quickly being covered with networks which allow digital devices to interconnect, and as digital networks continue to grow around the world, parang may kulang. Okay. So i-check ko ulit to. I think may nabura ako dito. Interconnect and so double check ko to. So digital networks continue to grow around the world, and as the economic benefits of digitization continue to grow, we are seeing a digital transformation. So what is this digital transformation? So it is the application of digital technology to provide the stage for business and industry to innovate. Okay, so again, about sensors, and then it can collect, it can transmit, wherein the generated data can be stored and analyzed at a later date, or it can be analyzed and used immediately. Okay, so depende. So, isa lang yung tip na pinakamabibigay ko. Meron tayong server wherein sa fog computing or sa edge computing, that is an immediate decision, okay, or immediate analysis. Kapag later date, ito yung ina-upload pa sa mga cloud. Okay. So sensors can be in the home, on traffic lights, in farm fields, and on our bodies. So the analyzed data is used by governments, cities, business, actually kahit sino. Okay. But mostly governments for sure. Kasi of course sila yung may pondo or nang bibigay ng pondo para sa mga research natin dito sa innovation when it comes to technology. And individuals to affect changes such as monitoring the environment, forecasting population growth, controlling waste management, or securing a home. Okay? So, continuation lang para dun sa mga many types of networks. So we have PAN, LAN, WAN, wireless fidelity, cellular, and then so on and so forth. Okay. So a sensor typically connects to a controller using a wireless connection. So controller collects data from sensors and send the data for storage or analysis. So controllers may have the ability to make immediate decisions, or they may work together with a device called an actuator. So actuators take electrical input and transform the input into physical action. So networks are now connecting billions of sensors and have the ability to make changes to physical environment without human intervention. Okay, which is yung AI nga natin, nag-gather siya ng data if they are programmed appropriately. So they can analyze it, modify, and then learn or at iba pa okay, na pwede niyang gawin. Okay, if and only if they are programmed appropriately. Okay, so hanggang dun lang naman yung module 1 natin. So do you guys have a question so far?
No, sir.
Alright, so additional lang, again, is yung 5, 6, and 7. And then sa 6, meron ako dinagdag na add additional 3 components. Okay? And then one more thing nga pala para mas mapabilis tayo. Lahat ng to, okay, itong presentation na to, okay, is a summary or actually eksaktong-eksakto, pero may tinanggal akong iba. May mga tinanggal din akong konti. Okay, nasa tingin ko is hindi ganun ka-importante. Lahat to is nasa NetAcad. Okay, so I suggest na i-enroll nyo to dun sa NetAcad kasi nandun din to mga to. Okay, so kung tapos na kayo dito, so pwede na kayo mag-jump dun sa chapter 2. Okay, so sa NetAcad, we only have 4 chapters. Yata, I think, or 5 chapters pa. So, i-enroll nyo and then i-take nyo na yung mga kaya nyong i-take hanggat hindi pa, let's say, tapos ka na sa chapter 1. So, i-take mo na yung chapter 2 kagad-agad para advance na kung sakali. Okay? So, yung mga discussion, of course, dito pa rin via Zoom, and then mga concern nyo dito pa rin. So, kung may concern kayo, clarification. So, mas maganda kung Zoom para mas mabilis. And then, meron din yung iba para mas mapag-usapan nating lahat. And then, ano pa ba? Of course, yung mga quizzes, like yung mga ginagawa nyo doon ngayon sa NetAcad, kung sakali man, na gagawin nyo doon, isasubmit nyo na lang sa Canvas. Okay? So, doon ko na lang sila i-check. So, discussion sa NetAcad, and then dito sa via Zoom, and then yung mga pagsasandan is sa Canvas. Okay?
Sir, hindi na ba kailangan ng mga code?
Code ng ano?
Pag mag-enroll sa NetAcad, sir. Sa subject ganun.
Wala namang code doon.
Wala namang ganun.
Wala.
Kasi
So,
parang
free,
ganun. Sige,
ano?
sir.
Free naman siya. Free naman. Free to enroll naman siya.
Pwede yung account natin nun. Yun na lang.
Pwede yung account nyo dati, yung gamit yung account dati, kung may account tayo, mas maganda. Yun na yung gamitin nyo para i-enroll yung subject dun sa NetAcad.
Okay, sir. Okay po.
Alright. So, kung may queries kayo or clarification, so, tanong nyo na ngayon. I think meron pa tayong 10 minutes. Yeah, I think 10 minutes. Wala?
Wala pa naman, sir.
Alright. So, kung may question kayo, you can message me anytime to my Facebook account. Okay? So, yung mga wala ng question, so pwede na kayong mag-leave para makakain na rin. It's exactly 12 o'clock. Okay? So, yung natitira yung 4 hours, actually 3:30 to 6:30, or yung natitira yung oras after ng lunch, so I suggest gawin nyo na yun kasi marami-rami yan, lab 1 to lab 7. Okay?
Sige, sir.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so goodbye.
Bye, sir.
So, we'll stop this one now.
Salamat, sir.
Goodbye. Happy lunch.